Hey guys, what's really hood? I got a good one today. So I was talking to a friend of mine, Stampede Gaming, and I was sending him a video. And me and him were talking about some stuff, and it brought me a subject that I wanted to make sure I came to you guys with. A really good story. Oh, excuse me. A really hood story. Holy fucking idiot. Yeah, don't do that again. But a really hood story. So did you guys ever have like two friends that you played retro games with that when they would play each other, it was like this epic freaking battle? And the reason we got on this subject is we were talking about something that's brewing up. But we were talking about are we okay to sit there and watch people play games, or do we have to be the one playing games? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I love watching people play games. I mean, look what I like watching on YouTube. I love watching people stream awesome games all the time, especially like when it's two-player and stuff like that. I love it. Oh, man, they're trying to beat this and that. So-and-so is going to try to beat Double Dragon 2 on Supreme Master. I would love to watch that. Oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? I'll go get my freaking drink, I'll sit down, and I'll enjoy, you know? But anyway, something I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. And this is probably more PS1, PS2 era when we moved to the new house, and my buddies Andrew and Dustin would come over. And sometimes earlier it was Dustin and Tyler. And then sometimes you had Paul there. Paul was a little less skilled, though. He didn't really like to play people very much, because he'd just get his ass kicked, and then he kind of had a very competitive nature about him, so he'd get really mad when he lost. So I don't think he liked to unveil that too much, you know, and create a bad situation when we're just trying to have fun play games. Because that's something I've always tried to do. I've never really gotten upset when I lose to people. Playing people is different than playing the CPU to me. I don't know why. I guess with people, I'm just trying to have fun. But I do want to win, though. But with CPU, it's, no, fuck you, dude. I'm winning this fucking shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know why that is. It's just the challenge bar of the video game, the developers, and I want to beat that. But as for people, I want to be better, but I won't get that upset if I lose. I will be upset, like, if I lose a little bit because I'm competitive. Like, I'll be like, oh, man, damn it, I should have did this, I should have did that. And I definitely care. But, like, I won't hang on to it for a while. You know, I won't go to work thinking about it and shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, so going to the PS1 era, we would do stuff like, Dave Mira was mostly what we did. Tony Hawk, not so much. We did fuck around on that a little bit, but it was mostly Dave Mira. And my buddy Tyler and my buddy Dustin. Tyler was like the master, dude. Tyler was really good at those games. I'm good too, but he had me. You know what I mean? Tyler was just really good at those freaking games, man. Tony Hawk, all the fucking Dave Miras, Matt Hoffman, Pro BMX. For some reason, he was just really good at it. He'd always land everything. He knew all this stuff. It's like, damn, Tyler. But we would take turns doing runs, and we would try to have the high score without being cheap. You know, you could get up on top of like Tony Hawk. You can get on those poles and like go in circles and just rack up points like crazy. We would say, hey, you have to actually like do moves and kind of like more realistic. You know what I mean? So they would go back and forth though, and we'd play in that. But the best things I seen were like Andrew and Dustin when it came to like Madden and NHL 2001, dude. And I think it was Madden 2002, the one with Culpepper on it. Man, they would have battles, dude. You know, like overtime. They even had times when it almost ended in a tie, dude. It was crazy. The NHL games, double overtime. I mean, NHL hits they would play. Usually Andrew was the best at hits, though. He was good. But yeah, they would just have these epic battles, and talking to Stampede about it just brought me back to sitting there and kind of thinking about how online gaming, it's never going to be that intense. You know what I mean? when you're right next to the person and you're going at it and they're going, oh, you know, shit like that. Or you got people like me in the audience going, damn. Or you see something developing like I'm mad and you go, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, I know what play he's doing. You know what I mean? And then Dustin being like, what? And then boom, I'm like, yeah, that's what I seen. He's wide open, dude. You know what I mean? and then Andrew over there laughing. You know, it was so much fun, dude. And I had epic battles with Andrew too. To NHL, they didn't really want to play. You know, that was the one game I was pretty much had it down, man. They are fucked. You know, so a lot of times they go, well, I don't want to play in NHL, dude. That's fucking stupid. Because then they get mad because, you know, everybody had their game. It was like Dave Miro. We would look at Tyler and we'd be like, well, Tyler, you can't do this and that, or let's not play that track, dude. That stage. You're gonna kick our ass. Like, let's do this one. I get to do this one, you know, or you can't be that guy, dude. Come on, man. Be somebody else. You know what I mean? It'd be that sort of thing because he's really good at the game. And NHL was the one that, no, they can't touch me, dude. I was, they'd get so pissed, dude. Dustin, I ain't gonna lie, Dustin didn't have his own game. He was pretty good at NBA Street, dude. Pretty good at that. He could beat anybody. I would say it was mostly me that won those games. But me and Dustin could go close because he'd start knocking those fucking 2-pointers down, which I believe he played a 21 in that game. So it'd be those 2-pointers. And, yeah, somebody in front of me just want to slam on their brakes. That's really awesome. But, anyway, we would have these epic battles. But, dude, Andrew and Dustin and Madden, dude. So evenly matched. Me and Andrew would go back and forth. I would say the nod, depending on, because he'd make me pick certain teams. Oh, you can't be the Vikings, dude. No, you're not going to be the Vikings, because I had a way of subbing some people in. I could put people at certain spots where they're fast as hell. Their running back in that game was super fast, and I would use him in the slot and stuff, and it really wasn't fair, you know? So he'd have me under scrutiny, like not scrutiny, but specific rules. You know, you can't be that team. Be the Bears. You know, and then the Bears, we'd have a good game. You know what I mean? He'd pick the Packers. But anyway, NBA Street too. That was another one. Paul would get so mad at NBA Street, but Paul would have his times, dude. I don't remember who he'd pick, but there was some sort of secret player that was like, he could hit all the 3-pointers, which were 2-pointers in the game, I believe. And then he'd get the game breaker, you know. And Dustin would be like, dude, you can't just keep taking threes. and I'd be over there going, Dustin, yes he can. No, yes he can. Stop. He can take threes. That's part of the game. That's part of the game, dude. No way. Because I knew Paul was the guy that always lost. So I'm like, no, don't put Paul under rules because he's beating your ass right now. No fucking way, dude. He's doing good. Because then he'd pick the Yeti, and the Yeti could goaltend. And Dustin would get so mad. Dustin would be taking threes, dude. And then he'd jump up with the Yeti and grab it. And then Paul's Mr. fucking antagonizer. He'd be over there like, you know. And Dustin would get so mad. That's bullshit, dude. It brought back so many memories and I had to talk about it right now. Like, I know I'm really excited for this one, but that's what I love about retro, bringing back those times. And then Dustin would be all salty. We'd be like, bro, all right, he can't pick the Yeti. You know what I mean? Like, guys, Yeti, nobody gets the Yeti. You can't do it. And I remember my dad used to always go, who's the Yeti? What is that? What's that big monster on the court? Because you could. We had it down perfectly where you could just goaltend the whole time. There's no goaltending in that game. So you could just wait till they shot it and then just jump up and Dustin would get so mad. He'd be so fucking pissed. It's fucking bullshit. And then, of course, I'm laughing. And then Paul's over here like, you know, and then he's over there with his player again. By that time, Dustin's bitching. Paul's shooting another 3, and it's going in. Paul Dustin would drop the controller like, fine, dude, you won. Fine, you win. And then like, okay, guys, let's pick new teams, you know? That was a great time in gaming playing 2-player. I never did that with the NES, because to be honest, all my friends were trash at the NES. When it came to NES, Super Nintendo, Sega, trash. They're all, you really couldn't face them in anything, because you're just going to whoop their ass at everything, dude. It literally was like that, you know? And it was like, God, guys, did you, like, grow up playing this shit or what? You know, why are you so bad? You know what I mean? I mean, if you tried, just for instance, if you turned on Blades of Steel or anything, you're gonna kick their ass. You know, they have no chance. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even be fun. But anyway, PS1, PS2 era though, NFL Game Day, MLB games, NBA Street. We never played NFL Street. We never really had it. Blitz. Oh, dude, the big one was me and Andrew. I was working at Target at the time, and I would get off of work, or I'd take off of work. I think I'd get off of work. I think I would get off of work. And I'd go to him, we and him would go out to this bar called the 10th Inning. He lived right down the street from it. We'd walk there. We'd go to the 10th Inning. We knew the waitress there, Lisa. And Lisa would get us drinks, dude. Like, we'd pay for one of every 5 or 6. I mean, we were just getting fucking smashed, dude. Just annihilated. You know what I mean? Then we'd walk back to his house, and we'd sit, and I remember he had this water bed. We'd sit on the water bed, and we'd play on a CRT TV, and we'd play fucking MLB Slugfest, dude. Me and him, because that game has a hardcore rubber banding and stuff, and we wouldn't do any cheap stuff like trying to steal a bunch of bases or being stupid. We would just do base hits and stuff, you know. And me and him would have back and forth games, and we would just pick random teams, and it was so much fun. MLB Slugfest 2003. It was the one with the band on it. MLB Slugfest 2003. There's a music video in that game that we used to crack up at. By Dry Kill Logic, I think was their name. And we would, guys, look that up. Dry Kill Logic, MLB Slugfest 2003. Look it up, dude. We used to turn that on every time we played MLB Slugfest, which was a lot, and we would be dying laughing. And I still remember in high school, we'd be there, and we'd be in our little, like, circle of friends talking, and we'd be like, if I only root for my team, because I only root for my team. And I remember Andrew doing the little thing that the singer does. So funny. Little did I know, speaking of today, and today is me and her anniversary, little did I know in that little group of friends that we had in high school, that little Megan was my wife. I didn't even know it. And she's just sitting there hanging out, and we used to poke fun at her and mess with her. Because we'd say Megan would always be there, like, standing around, like, basically she wouldn't say anything, she'd just be looking around and stuff. And she was kind of like, I don't mean this in the honest way, but I want to get the look understood down. She looked kind of like an airhead, you know what I mean? Like, you know, looking around and not paying attention. So we'd be like, hey, look at Megan. Look at her face right now. And she'd just be like, and then we'd sit there laughing, like, look at Megan, dude. We're all talking about MLB Slugfest or something, and look at her. So we'd be laughing. We'd be like, why is she over here? Why is she over here talking to us? Like, why is she over here hanging out? We're talking about, you know, the White Sox game yesterday and what happened, and she's over here. It's just funny. We'd be like, why is she even over here, dude? And pretty soon she'd go walking off, you know, with one of her girlfriends or something. But it was just funny how she'd always come over to us. Like, why is she hanging out with us, you know? But anyway, that little did I know that was going to be my wife. I definitely at that time, let me tell you, did not know that. I didn't even have a crush on her or anything, nothing. Nope. It all started because I asked her out on one date, like, years later, you know. She was always hanging around, and I asked her on a date one time, and then from there on, bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No, but I'm in a good mood. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's my anniversary weekend. My anniversary today. And I'm ready to go. No, but guys, do you remember stuff like that, though? That's why video games are such a big part of my childhood, of my friendships. Andrew just got a hold of me like a month ago, and he was sitting there like, yeah, I kind of am going through a thing where I kind of miss my friends, you know, and he wanted to get together with me. And I said, bro, we should get together and play some fucking NHL hits and stuff. He was talking about Mario Kart. Him and his family play Mario Kart right now, and his wife gets all mad. So he was recording her. He's like, look, I just beat her again, Daniel. And he sends me a video, and she's just like, fuck you. And she's getting all pissed off. He's like, she gets so mad when she loses. And I said, yeah, Megan's like that sometimes too. Megan used to get mad when we were, I'll say, kids. We used to play the first Animal Crossing on GameCube, and she'd come over to my house when we were dating. I think I was a junior in high school, and we'd play Animal Crossing, and Megan would get mad at me, like almost for real, because the neighbors in Animal Crossing kept talking about Dan Denny. They always say all these nice things about you. And it's because I played the fuck out of the game, and that's just how the game is. If you play it a lot and you talk to the neighbors a lot and stuff, they talk about you to other players of the island. So nowadays we play Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch, and you know, one of the neighbors will say something about her, and I'll go, oh, the neighbors say nice things about you. And then she'll start laughing like, fuck you, because she knows she used to get mad about it. And she's like, that was annoying. She said they all come up to me and they're all talking about you all the time. I'm like, it's a video game. Like, who cares? But yeah, with me and her thinking about, I bought that at the last convention, if you've seen on the pickups video. And me and her are going to start that game again soon. But my fucking GameCube is having a problem with the date and time, so I'm going to have to open that fucker up and replace the battery. I watched the video. But anyway, guys, that is some of my memories with being a kid and playing games with my friends and those epic fucking battles of Andrew and Dustin, dude. I mean, those were awesome. And I used to be like, come on, guys, play in something. I'd get them to play anything, dude. I'd be like, come on, guys, play in something. I want to watch it. I want to watch you play. It's entertaining. And I think that's why I like YouTube so much to this day, like watching people stream and do it and playing each other. Some of the best channels are like stuff like Continue when they play sports games. Dude, so much fun to watch. They played Sammy Sosa's softball. Watch that episode of Continue, dude. It is so funny, dude. That's like how me and my friends were. That one, I think it was Nick that was just, not Nick, but the middle guy that was just getting his ass kicked, dude. It was so funny. All these home runs and shit. It was so much fun to watch. And then what other channels are really good at playing each other? Game Beaters, they're really good at watching and play stuff. People that play each other in video games. Stampede Gaming. When Tecmo Tom's over, oh God, I love it. When he's playing Blades of Steel and they play Tecmo Bowl, I love it, man. That's good stuff. NHL 94, great stuff, man. I mean, that might be better than watching people beat video games. Oh, that's close. It's close. If you compare it to something like Phil Twerpin playing Life Force and trying to beat it for the first time, no codes, no nothing, that's prime stuff right there. That's best you can do. I can't watch anything better than that, you know? That's better than my Retro Life. That's better than AVGN. It's better than everything. I love that kind of shit. Because it's like being a kid and watching somebody try to do something. I used to watch Paul. I remember Paul came over once. A long time ago. He went and bought God of War. He actually didn't own a PS2, so he bought God of War and came over to my house. And I said, sure, you can have it over here, dude. Just play whenever you want, you know? So he'd come over and play it, and I would just sit there and watch him play it. I'd be on my computer playing like RuneScape or something like that. Do you remember that? And I would watch Paul play God of War and stuff, and I'd just be sitting there chilling. And that was great. I love that. I love that. It's like watching Gaming Off the Grid when they're playing together. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. It's great stuff. But anyways, I'll let you guys go. It's Friday. Almost at the end of the week. Let's go. Everybody have a great day. And God bless you.